It's like, God, I feel fucking so grateful, literally. All these nice people are letting me like hang out and draw these fucked up fucking whatever the fuck, I don't know, scribbles. And then I stab them into them forever. It's a privilege. Like I'm down to tattoo everyone. I'm down to ask anyone about their life. Everyone has a story that would like change your life. You just have to like ask the right questions.
Oh.
Y'all good?
Nice. We're going to talk with two tattoo artists who have pretty distinct visual styles from each other, but I'd say they're in a similar lane, both doing kind of, I would call it like abstract tattooing. It's something I feel like I've been seeing more and more of over the past couple of years. I feel like it's more popular in Eastern Europe, like Poland, Russia, but I see it here in Montreal as well, of course. So yeah, I'm really curious about what their creative process is like and just generally how they see their work in the broader tattoo culture here in Montreal and just in general. And yeah, so let's check it out and maybe I'll get a tattoo later.
Ultimately, I define the grotesque as something that's simultaneously familiar and unfamiliar. So you recognize something and then something's off. It's like tapping into the fight or flight. It's like the unknown. It's like a predator. It's like, whoa, that's scary. I haven't seen that before. And like it's like this unknown. It's like, but then it's also recognizable. It's like, what is it? What the fuck? It's like this whole reaction. And so like, yeah, so basically the drawings, it's different with tattooing at this point because like the tattoos that I want to be doing aren't necessarily the tattoos that like Montreal wants. Some people are down with it and I'm grateful for them, but I've had to develop a lot of different styles. So I have like, yeah, I don't know, I have like some little like cool expressive contour shit and I have like some simple bippy shit, some flowers. And then it's like a spectrum of like abstraction. Like I don't really like fully abstract or fully real. I like pretty much anywhere in between I'm like kind of game.
Creating something that's accessible as well as unique, I feel that's something really hard to balance as an artist, and what people want as well. Everyone wants that thing that they saw really cool on Instagram or on Pinterest, but they still want something completely unique. I study classical music. Okay. So these are all my music notations.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So that is actually what it is?
Yeah. Like the originals are here. So basically I would just like go over the sheet music and then transcribe everything that I wrote while learning the piece, right? Yeah. And even if it's not exactly the music notation, sometimes I would just put on an album that I like and then draw something according to how I feel about that music. And yeah, I think that's one of my favorite ways to bring creation.
So I have a lot of inspirations. So there's like children's drawings are huge. When I was first in art, it was like, Francis Bacon's my god. I hate everything. No one else is good enough for like 2 or 3 years. And then I started discovering other people. I'm like, okay, Eastern Europe is Eastern Europe is New Berlin. That's where I think that art is going on right now. My process for drawing is I don't know what's going to happen. I'm drawing automatically. At some point, I'm like, this looks like a fucking turkey. Or like, this looks like a big sword going through someone's chest. And then I just like fill it out. Someone likes this drawing and then they get here and we hang out and like I set up, but then I get another idea for the drawing and I redraw it in this like insane way. Cause like, someone wants this. on like their shoulder, you know, the curve of the shoulder, like this has to be drawn differently. Yeah, exact. So like things need to be adjusted unless it's like on the back. For this size, like, yeah, I love like this kind of stuff that's like, you know, enhancing the figure. Exact. So like for like people that have like a male body, you know, like wide shoulders, like it's all about like this direction. It's about making the shoulders wider, having the V. It emphasizes like the natural curves of the body and like goes with the body. And yeah, I think, I mean, come on, it's collaboration. Like you have to work with, yeah, you gotta work with your client. Clients are the heart and soul of tattooing. And honestly, it's two people like you and me's benefit that like trad tattooers are just like being dicks to everyone. It's, you know, customer service. It's like my product that I'm offering isn't just a tattoo, it's an experience. And that's what every tattooer should treat it like.
Even if I'm just doing lines, let's say some people have keywords that are completely different from one another. Sometimes it'd be like fissures or a river or flowy, more like electric. There's always like slight differences. So we usually work with the placement first, and then afterwards the feeling they have behind that piece. I don't have any drawings made for those. It's just people who come in and we talk about it, we draw on them, and then kind of create something entirely new on the spot. I think it's not for everyone, obviously. It's kind of daring as well. Not a lot of people will be consenting to get tattooed something they haven't seen before. I think it's, you know, for a certain group of people, and I think I'm okay with that, having a style that's not for everyone. You know? So I'm not a visual artist per se. I never had a background in painting, drawing, or anything of that kind since I'm a musician. So the ones I have on myself is kind of like just doodling with a stylo, with a pen, and it kind of started there, I guess, like just like when you're in high school and you're just doodling on yourself, and then that's how the abstract pieces began. And I began seeing it just like an ornament, like jewels that some people would get on their hands, on their like neck, as a necklace, kind of a thing. And the Korean characters as well, that's like a series, you could say, that I've done for a while. You know, I usually would choose a word for that person, getting to know them. That's kind of like the connection between me and the person that I tattoo.
So my clients are young people. They are like aware of art and like are in, like they see the value of this trend, this like subversive tattooing thing. And yeah, I think tattoos are just like crazy. They're just like, holy shit, that's in your flesh. They're cool. They're say like people that are like, I wouldn't say that people that get tattoos are vain in any sense, but like they're definitely interested in aesthetics. And like, I think right now the youth are being, and everyone is just being bombarded with aesthetic. It's like all the young people are fucked because they're all started doing Instagram when they were 12. It's like they've been drowning in aesthetic. So I don't know. I think it really doesn't seem like a like status thing, like a clout thing. Because tattooing is just such a slow personal process. It's like, you know, a lot of people are getting tattoos because like they want to have a sick sleeve. You know, we know these people. It's like you just got your arm filled out with like what, some like realism. Like what trad tats are like beautiful, like well done ones. Awesome, love it. But it's boring. Same thing over and over again. It's like I'm bored, like let's just go do this sick thing, and it's like everyone should just do what they want, we should all be free. It's like, yeah, this is the oppression of culture, of the status quo. It's like,
I think it is a pretty recent thing because, like you say, your traditional tattoos all have something very particular to style. You know, there's like the Japanese, there's the prison tattoos, the classic, like the 80s flashy colors, and nowadays you're seeing more and more artists who are going away from that, having their own style, and it's not for everyone. You know, it's as a movement, I think the ignorant style is a reaction to traditional art style. But personally, I don't see myself going as far as, you know, making a statement towards them. Like I would say, it's become a popular thing to do DIY tattoos, so I'm just taking it in my own separate road, you could say, yeah.
okay, I think that this is really the main thing. It's like progress right now is about people being disappointed with past institutions and just realizing that they can just create their own. All you need is like a network. And so like, yeah, really the thing that's enabling all of this is Instagram. As much as like the algorithm kind of fucks a lot of people because it, you know, favors like selfies and vanity and whatever. A tool like Instagram was required for a revolution, for an evolution like this, or else like how are we all going to collaborate? Like email and like putting signs on, like, you know, that works for something like music. It's like there's a show here.
If you want to be insured, there are certain like rules to follow, let's say, and that's what we're trying to get right here. But as far as I know, practicing, you know, tattoo and piercing, you don't need like any recognition.
Yeah.
I think that's something very particular to like here as well in Montreal. Tattooing at home, you know, you see a lot of artists who are very popular still, like, and they're not working at a shop as an employee. They're like self-employed and then working from home. I think that's really cool to see around here, and a lot of clients are open to that concept. Well, I think it comes from populariser l'art de tatouer. Donc, it's not only for the elite like artists anymore. It's something that kind of anyone can do. That's the idea of DIY, right? So coming from anyone can do anything they would like to do, that's where all these unique styles come from, I think. I am hoping that, you know, like the trend kind of stays, as in the people don't run out of work, because I think this is a new direction that shouldn't die out. It's something that we kind of discovered and been blessed with. So,
if you have a vision, and the vision is true to you, and you learn how to execute it technically, that is all you need to become a tattooer, and then it's just a matter of time. You put up a tattoo that is a drawing you really like, you're stoked on. Okay, people just when you're stoked on something and you're like doing it, and it's like something you're putting in the world, creating, that's what people like about art. And you got to be able to do that safely, and then fucking world's your oyster. Draw something sick, and it's sick, someone's gonna want it.